Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So first and foremost, I do want to mention the price action. So recently we did have that nice run up on XRP to almost 60 cents. And since then, we did come back down and test a nice little floor model, which was 46 cents. And we are starting to kind of build a little bit of a, higher low here, which is actually pretty exciting. And if you go and look back on the 1 month span, you can really kind of see this, price action continuing. We are going to watch to see if we can break up higher or if this is going to continue to break down into a downtrend. But we have been watching the price action on XRP for the last couple days, as it has been very exciting, and I'm sure that a lot of you are probably all aware of this by now. When we really kind of did like 3 live streams in a row, for an example, on XRP's price action, just because of how exciting it actually was. But most of the market is also doing some pretty nice moves on the 24-hour span. You do see QNT is actually breaking out right now, up about almost 11%. Up on the 7-day span, 11.2%, and then XDC is also breaking out, up 9% on the 24-hour span, which is also very exciting. And we are seeing a lot of other altcoins trying to break out as well. So this currently, in regards to this market, is a very exciting time to be an altcoin holder, especially as we do see Bitcoin dominance continuing to drop a little bit. We just recently hit 38.9%, which was pretty interesting to watch for. But ultimately, I do want to pay attention to things happening around the overall XRP community, because this is going to feed into even more catalyst to not only move the price, but also to kind of feed into the bullish sentiment around XRP. And shout out to XRP Crow for this. But we do see Flare mainnet codebase has been released to exchanges. And we do see down here, like, the mainnet code base has now been released to exchanges so that they can start integrating with the network. Next step, releasing the code base publicly. And we are all waiting on Flare to go live. Flare is going to change everything. This is going to be the thing that really ultimately is going to disrupt crypto in a large aspect. We have been waiting on Flare for over 2 years now almost. And I know that when we really kind of look at what Flare is doing, what they have been announcing, I know that we could easily get impatient, but just remember that this is a free airdrop for those individuals that were holding XRP during 2020. I know that there's a few instances that got updated around, who gets the airdrop. I know that a few things have changed. I have not been keeping up with it, just to be honest with you guys. But I do know that if you were holding XRP prior to December 12th, 2020, and at the time of that snapshot, then you will be getting free Flare, which to me is going to be a very large thing to really kind of be a part of. A lot of these airdrops could account for some major money moves. For an example, I give you guys Uniswap. Uniswap was one that did have an incredible airdrop. And I believe that there's a few other ones like around Polkadot or so. I might be wrong on that, but I know Uniswap was a big one. But also, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what is happening behind the scenes with Demand Liquidity and the SEC case. Shout out to Johnny Deaton for this, but we do see the SEC points out that there wasn't a real use case for XRP by Ripple until 2018 with Demand Liquidity. Ripple chose quite arguably the most difficult industry to disrupt, the half-century-old cartel banking system, a system built on fees generated from friction. Jamie Dimon ain't happy. We do see down here from JV the Great. Fast crypto payments seems to have struck a nerve with Jamie Dimon. It's clear that the mega banks are not, supportive of the faster payment side of the crypto innovation. And listen closely to this video. It is about a minute long, almost 2 minutes long. And I think that this is actually a pretty cool insight on, why these major banks are extremely scared of, XRP, for an example.
But the real-time payment system, the ability to get a 24/7 wire system at the Fed would be critical to it, and their new real-time system ought to provide that. But one of the disadvantages in payment system technology is the ability to pay on the weekends and move a substantial amount of money that actually clears. T+0 securities settlement would be doable if you actually could have the money move during the night. And so I think we're all aware that we've connected our real-time payment system. We're connecting it to other parts of the world that we've put together through the clearinghouse. That'll enable money to move real time. You connect that with Zelle and things, you can move it with no cost to another banking client, as long as someone doesn't step in and say, oh, that is not sufficient to have Santander in Spain. You do the KYC so we can rely on it. We need some enabling things. And I think, if we do that right, we can take, you will see the innovation. This is already set up and already moving. And by the way, we move trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars a day very efficiently. So I think people's view of what's inefficient is kind of interesting, but you have to look at what really moves.
Well, we're aware that money was transferred in cryptocurrency as donations to Ukraine. They were spending it the next day. And if it had been transferred in US dollars, it would have taken about 10 days for it to reach. I see some of you shaking your heads. Disagree, Mr. Diamond?
Right now, we're moving $10 trillion around the world, zipping and zapping through AML systems, OFAC systems, regulations, AI systems, cyber systems, safely, immediately. A lot of it's real time. You're talking about retail payments.
Yes, I am.
Yes, and I agree with that. That's a thing that we all can work on and fix. But that's a very small thing relative to the other.
Thank you for being here. I yield back.
And, it is funny. I love how he has to boast the $10 trillion a day. Listen, these individuals are going to continue to talk down on crypto. And we even do see down here from JV the Great, and I actually think that this statement speaks volumes. Ripple's enemies will turn to partners. Can't beat them, join them. And yeah, this technology, listen, I don't care what Jamie Dimon is utilizing in regards to technology. At the end of the day, nothing is even close to as efficient as what crypto payments actually could be, especially when you were utilizing something like XRP through on-demand liquidity. And I love the fact that we even do see like Zelle being mentioned, or Cash App, or the big ones are like Venmo and PayPal. These are complete garbage. Listen, they are a facelift to a terrible and inefficient payment system. Yeah, they look great on paper. Oh yeah, look, it's a digital payment network that I could utilize. It's still running on pre-approved liquidity. It's still very inefficient. It is not being approved, in real time. It is still pre-approved payments. The settlement date is still days away. That's a big issue. And also, talking more so about regulatory clarity around this space, we do see over here, if Ripple wins against the SEC, the entire crypto industry goes parabolic. And this is, this is a major statement from a major crypto influencer. You guys are probably all aware of him. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, and I just don't feel comfortable trying to pronounce it because I probably will butcher it. But it is from David. A lot of you are probably aware of him as he has been making a lot of noise around this market. But I actually agree with this statement. If Ripple does win the SEC's lawsuits, or if they have a settlement, whatever, I do think that crypto will go on a major parabolic run, and I do think that XRP could lead the market. Remember, I just talked about how XRP was holding about 25% market dominance during its 2017 and 2018 run. If we get over 25% of market dominance, say for so we, have 20+%, just 20+% is enough to move this market substantially. But if we have over 40% market dominance, we flip Bitcoin in regards to dominance over this market, that would be astronomical. And could it happen? Yeah, it 100% could happen. We also do see over here, I could help. The threat is China, and Jay Clayton was warned about the threat 1 month before he sued America's best chance at competing Ripple and then walked out the door. Article below. And then we do see down here a few other things around Chinese dominance in cryptocurrencies. But this is from the Pentagon. The Pentagon launches effort to assess crypto's threat to national security. New project is part of the U.S. government's wider crackdown on illicit issues or uses of digital assets. Honestly, we are going to be seeing a lot more of a flood from the regulatory sidelines. To me personally, I think that we're going to see a lot more attacks on crypto. I think that we're going to see a lot more bearish, discussions around crypto. But at the end of the day, I hope that a lot of you are paying attention to these major drops in this market when we do see things like this. Because all of this plays into the idea that, listen, we are seeing crypto being basically, I would say, spotlighted as a big concern for the big banks. Not only that, but also, listen, the BRICS are moving fast. We've been talking about the BRICS for a while around CBDCs, around, stockpiling gold. We've always talked about how CBDCs could essentially be backed by gold issued out on DLT technology, aka crypto tech. We recently just seen Russia approve use of cryptocurrencies within the cross-border payment system. Things are happening fast in the BRICS nations. And here we have the US still trying to target crypto and digital assets. It's comical. Listen, Ripple, with what Ripple has solved around payments, we could easily, and I say easily, leapfrog all of these major nations in technological advancements. This is technology that is so new, but extremely disruptive. And it is something that is a massive technological advancement that is still years away in a legacy system, for an example. And remember, it's patent technology as well from Ripple. Yeah, you might have similar mechanisms, but it's not going to be nearly as efficient as what Ripple has built with XRP. And I also want to share with you guys one last major thing. And that is what Deutsche Bank just announced over on Twitter. In November of 2022, that's right, 2 months away, high-value payments in Europe and cross-border payments globally will transition to ISO 222. Ahead of this key milestone, we have launched 5th and final edition of our guide to ISO 222 migration. Europe is ready. It's incoming. It's happening. All we have to do is sit back and wait. ISO 222 is not the biggest thing in this space, but it does open the door for a lot of these tokens like XRP to be utilized for a settlement mechanism. And what other token out there is efficient enough as XRP to be utilized as a liquidity source, but a settlement token in regards to the cross-border payment market? A $156 trillion market, destined to be a $250 trillion market by 2025. This is the realistic facts. This is why XRP has near unlimited price potential. There's no cap on the price of XRP. And yes, they do break down the full-on, idea around this in the Eurozone. It's more so kind of centered around financial institutions in regards to this major, migration. All of these talks around migration is, utilizing this buzzword, harmonization. Harmonization has been getting thrown around recently, through the BIS, the World Economic Forum, the IMF, all kind of focused on, crypto as well, which I thought that was interesting to see in this. But they are talking about a full-on disruption of cross-border payments. Like I said, ISO 222 does open the door for XRP to be utilized for a settlement mechanism within the system. Will Deutsche Bank, choose XRP? Who knows? But it definitely would be in their best interest if they did. And this is going to disrupt the legacy system, the legacy infrastructure that we all know about. We are ready. We are moving fast, and this will change everything. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on for more content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.